now I'm going to teach you how to play drive-in. I really think you'll like this tune a lot. It's not too difficult, and there's some cool techniques that you can learn in this and work on and use in other material. And people love listening to this tune. Okay? All right, so let's start off with the opening lick. So it's like a blues lick, okay? So your open B string, and then 3rd fret B string with your first finger, open E string, 5th fret, 3rd finger on the high E string, first finger, 3rd fret E string, right? And then slide your first finger up to the 4th fret like that. Open E string at the top, and then play the bass note, the open E string at the bottom. Okay? So then we're going to go into this E7 shape here. All right? So what we got here is a 2nd finger is at the 6th fret of the D string, 3rd finger 7th fret G string, 1st finger 5th fret B string, and then your pinky on the 7th fret of the high E string. It should sound like this. Okay, and then you're going to play this little lick. So it goes, I'll play the melody, and then just keep in mind the bass notes are, so you want to play the low E string and then the D and G strings while you're holding this chord shape. Okay, so the melody is, and then you're going to pull off here while you're holding this chord. So you have to sort of bend your first finger down and cover the E string for a minute there at the 5th fret, as well as the B string, right? So here's the melody. So I'm taking my pinky at the 8th fret, and then bending it up a little bit, and then playing the high E string open like that. So then the next chord's the same shape, so you're going to slide into this A7 chord, but slide in, so your 2nd finger's at the 6th fret. Start the slide from the 7th fret of the D string, like this. So similar melody. Okay, so I'm at the 12th fret here. So my first finger is 10th fret. Okay, it should sound like this. 3rd finger, 12th fret, and then pinky at the 12th fret of the high E string. Third finger, 12th fret G string, and then your pinky on the 12th fret of the high E string. The 10th fret with your first finger on the E string. Back to the G, 12th fret G string. And then you're going to play this little thing here. So sliding on the B string from the 11th fret down to 10. The 12th fret on the G string. And then the high E string open. Okay? So it's going to sound like this. And then you got this little lick here. So you're going to have your thumb, 3rd fret, low E string, and then your 3rd finger, 3rd fret of the G string. Sorry, 2nd finger, 3rd fret of the G string. 2nd finger, 3rd finger, 3rd fret of the B string, and the high E string open. So you're going to play the B string, and then the 2 E strings. You're going to do a pinch. Okay. Back to the B string, and then, and here you're going to play D and G together with your thumb. Like that. Okay, so I'm going to give you the whole thing up to there. So, so the next part, it's the same thing, and then it's a little bit different ending. Okay, so I'll play it for you. So here you've got this melody On the G string, you're going to go with your third finger and play the high E string open. So third finger down to the second fret, and then play the G string open, and then hammer on to the first fret of the G string with your first finger. In the bass note, you've got, again at the fifth fret, sorry, and then second fret, low E string, second fret A string, and then the open E string. So all together it's like this. Make sure you get that nice little funky thing there. All right, so that's the whole first part. Hey, I hope you're enjoying the video so far. So as you can see, I'm very passionate about playing and teaching fingerstyle guitar. I've been playing for 50 years and been a student for 50 years. I practice almost every day. I just love mentoring people in this style. If you're looking for deep mentorship in fingerstyle guitar, I know I can help you. There's a link at the bottom of the video. Just click on the link, find a time that works for you, book a call with me. Let's hop on a call. I want to see if it's a good fit for both of us. And if I can help you, we could proceed from there. Okay? So enjoy the rest of the video and keep practicing. So now this part is really cool. There's a few ways you can do this with your right hand. I really recommend this. I think it sounds better. So you got to play with a partial E sharp 9 chord. Okay? So what you got here is you got the open E string, then you got 6th fret D string with your first finger, 7th fret G string with your second finger, and the 3rd finger at the 8th fret of the B string. And then the open E on top. So it should sound like this. Okay? So what you're going to do though with this lick is you're going to rake down the D and G strings, then play the B string and the E string with your first finger and second finger. Well, make sure you can see this. So rake down with your thumb, and you can bend that note a little bit. Okay. Now you've got, this is sort of like an A7 chord. You've got your A string, and then like an A7, right? So then your first finger is at 6th fret G string, 3rd finger at the 8th fret of the B string. Like that, open B string. And then slide with your first finger from the 6th fret of the E string to the 5th fret. Open B string. And then these two notes. So I've got my second finger at the 7th fret of the D string and my pinky at the 8th fret of the G string. And then open E. Okay, so I'll give you the whole thing slow. Then you got this little lick that leads into a C sharp 9 chord, okay? So this is like if you take a C chord in the first position, just a regular C chord, slide it up 1 fret, make it a 7 chord, and then play the higher E string open. That's your sharp 9. So you got a C7 sharp 9. I just call it a sharp 9 chord. Right? So let's do this again, slow. And then you got this really cool lick here. So the melody of the lick is, so I'll play it for you. Okay, so the lick goes, and you do that all with your first and second finger. 2nd fret of the G string. 3rd fret. Open. you add the bass note, right? So, cool, eh? So you start at second fret of the low E string, third fret, open A, B, the first fret of the A string, and then the second fret. Okay, so let me give you this whole thing again in context. And you can use your fingers in different ways. I think what I showed was this, 1, 2, and 3 fingers here. Sometimes I put my pinky here, so I go like this. Then I go to this thing again. Now here's another really cool part. So at the very end, you're going to go, we're going to do that. So here I'm going to a B sharp 9. Okay, so second finger, second fret A string, first finger, first fret D string, third finger, second fret G string, and my pinky, third fret B string. And the high E string open. And I end this little part with the first fret of the D string while I'm holding this chord. And then we get into this really cool little funky part. So here I'm going to play open E string, and then second fret D string, and then open A string, and a little hammer onto the second fret. And then play the G string open and hammer on with your first finger at the first fret. Whoops. High E string open. So this is an A7 chord. All right, so I've got my, you want to do it like this, right? So A string open, second finger at the second fret of the D string, third finger at the second fret of the B string, and the open G. And then I'm going to hammer on to the second fret of the G string with my first finger. Like that. Okay, so let me break this down for you. Whoops. So I'm grabbing this with my thumb, first finger, and second finger on the D, G, and B strings. So. Then I play this lick again. Remember I showed you that? And then the same thing. Got this B sharp 9. And then you end with the D string. Now this is the second part of this funky part is it's another sort of version of the E sharp 9. So what I've got here is first finger, 6th fret D string, second finger, 7th fret G string, my pinky's on the 8th fret of the B string, and my third finger is at the 7th fret of the high E string. Like that. So, oops. So here I'm playing like I'm barring the D, G, B, and E strings And then my second finger is going to be at the 6th fret of the G string. And then my third finger, I'm going to hammer on to the 6th fret of the E string. So it sounds like this. This lick again. All right, there you have it. Let me know if you have any questions. Just what I would always recommend with this tune is just take it one step at a time. Take one chunk, learn it, go over it and over it till you got it down. Maybe check back with the video and make sure you got all the right notes and fingerings. There's different variations on some of these parts. So this part here, again, you can play this note with your pinky. Whoops. When you go to this here, use your second finger and your pinky, or your second finger and your third finger, right? Whatever's more comfortable. So, I'm using, for some reason, I like my second finger and my pinky. But I think what I showed you was second finger and third finger. Okay? Doesn't really matter, whatever is more comfortable for you. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video and you got something out of it. Just want to remind you that I am looking for a handful of students for deep mentorship in this style, okay? I've been playing and teaching for 50 years, and I know the kind of things that people run into where, you know, they learn something and then it kind of slips and you get into bad habits and you let things slide and ultimately you get discouraged, right? So if you're serious, like I said, I'm looking for a handful of students to be mentored, deep mentorship in this style. Just go ahead, click on the link below, find a time that works for you. Let's hop on a call together and see if it's a fit. All right. If you're serious, I know I can help you. And so go ahead and book a call and hopefully we'll see you soon.